fucking, you see it all over, like, fucking YouTube and whatnot. It's, like, okay to be gay.
Alright.
What are you talking about?
Like,
you love them.
okay to be gay. I mean, like, it's okay to be gay these days. Like,
You love all the stuff they do.
That's it, keep it going.
go to, like, I just wear thongs.
And I'm just getting cut off, which is annoying. That's why I have to keep repeating. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that it is rather odd that you have a man by the name of James Webb in the Apollo missions retire days before they went. That's the point I'm making. Days before they left.
Right, so you've added absolutely nothing. We heard you say all of that at least twice, probably 3 times, and you're insisting you hadn't finished. You had finished. You bloody well had, you fucking wanker. Now then, it's not odd. I've explained to you why it's not odd. He wasn't likely to remain in that position with a new administration who have completely different politics to him. It's very fucking simple. It's not odd, even slightly odd. And the fact that some people told you it was odd, when we can see that it's not odd in any way, it's expected, that tells you that they were fucking lying. They were trying to trick you, to make you think something that wasn't odd in any way, was in actual fact routine, was odd.
One second.
You're gullible. You're a gullible fool who believed bullshit because you'd only got half the story. You didn't know anything about when the election was or his politics. You didn't know any of that. You just got your silly little conspiracy fantasy and you're clinging onto it like a dickhead.
Okay.
More to come.
Take it easy,
There's more to come. Listen, yeah, less of the insults, you fucking mentally retarded fool. But ladies and gentlemen, we also have the fact, please, Peter, look, I'm trying to get a major point out now. We now also know that the Hubble telescope is not where it's said to be, because we do have the Deputy Projects Manager, Mike Mitzlinski, stating that he hadn't set eyes on this telescope, which he's in charge of for 25 years. We know the Hubble's not up there.
What utter nonsense.
But hang on, I think
there's a disconnect. Listen. We don't determine the position of a spacecraft in space by somebody knowing where to look for it. You fucking moron. You can't believe that. You cannot fucking believe that. That we don't know where it is because the man currently in charge of the program hasn't actually seen the object. You cannot fucking believe that. I do not believe you as an adult would say that in front of a room of adults. What a fucking idiotic thing to say.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Robert Pisano in a phone call to the Deputy Projects Manager of the Hubble, and he stated that he hadn't seen that thing for 25 years. Now, Robert Pisano being ex-military...
Who cares? Why does that matter? Why does he need to have seen it? Give me the reasoning. Why does he need to have seen it in order for us to know its position in space? How does that help? If he has looked at the object, the Hubble Space Telescope, at some point when it's on the ground, how does that help in locating it in space, you shithead?
Stupid fuck, ladies and Mike Mitzlinski let slip that he hadn't set eyes on that Hubble telescope as the project is.
I'll ask you again, because you've already said that, and this is my response to that. Why does that matter? If he hasn't set eyes on that object, or he has set eyes on that object, how does that assist in knowing its location in space? That's my question. Do not repeat yourself.
All right, Jen. I told you not to bring your moderation into conversation. Jen is our man in Japan. Jen is speaking the truth for the opposition, Jen. You're a coward to bring your moderation in.
You're welcome to participate. You're just not welcome to talk over me.
I'm not talking over you. You're cutting me off. So see you later.
No, I'm not. I'm just moving the conversation on. You said a thing. I responded to your thing. You said your thing again. Oh, he's gone. What a wanker.
Hey, Jam, please be more fucking. What are you? Okay, actually, I'm on your side on this one. He was bringing us straight into conspiracy and giving you his reasons why everything molds together to deliver conspiracy. Whereas actually, we're trying to discuss why the James Webb Telescope was called the James Webb Telescope by officialdom. Whereas if Jin is correct, well, then he would have been someone who went against the grain and saw the conspiracy and pissed off, and they wouldn't have named it out. He would have been forgotten in history. That I think is the greater point. You know what I'm saying? And
because
by the way,
I
think that Johnson was Johnson.
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. That was the greater point, right? So now you've made the greater point. Now you've made your greater point. It's now time for you to talk. After you've made your greater point, it should be you that talks now.
Jesus, you're angry with everyone tonight, aren't you, Jam?
The greater point.
Your arse. Did your fucking tomato plants die on you?
No, I just find it astounding that we get to this stage where you say, that's the greater point, and then I go, okay, I start to respond to the greater point, and no, you haven't finished, there's more to say.
Oh, well, there was only one more question. Was Johnson president from Kennedy's death to 1968? Because I didn't know that.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to
ask. You have Google?
Thank you, Jim.
And Jin hasn't been able to offer me any reasoning for his claim. But what is more, Pete, and this is where I think you're right in saying what you've said about him leaping to conspiracy, is that he can make this claim about the reason this happened. He thinks the reason is because the guy knew it was all a hoax and all that bullshit. He can say he thinks that's true, but he can't tell me that my explanation isn't true. He has no idea if that's true or not. He's just lying when he says that. Just arrogantly pretending he knows stuff that he cannot possibly know.
That's why I committed to be moderator, GemPanda, because he didn't even address what you had to offer up. He went straight to conspiracy, even though you're delivering a viable reason why James Webb might have departed that effort because it was a change of administration. That's
okay, and he just told me it was wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not correct.
That's why I tried to hold Jim back.
Everything I said was true. James Webb's politics, how he was linked to Johnson, how the incoming administration was Republican and he was a Democrat, the dates that this occurred, all of those things are historical fact.
Right. And if Jin knows anything, if he goes immediately into conspiracy, you're going to be the foremost objector to it. And that's the whole point about getting to the nature of James Webb. You said he might have of old age retired. I don't think he did, Jam. He went on to do further things, didn't he, James Webb?
I don't know. He retired from the mission.
For the second time, when he retired,
very unusual. I can't even speak now again. Once again, I cannot.
Okay, well, do you know if he retired or not?
I'm here.
Because I do know that whether he retired or not. I do know that.
At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, James Webb retired from the Apollo missions. That's from that project. That's what he abandoned it.
What did he do that was so great, Jin?
Please don't talk when I'm talking, Pete.
Okay, I didn't know you were back.
You're still talking, Pete. You're still talking, Pete. So can you shut up? Right, so ladies and gentlemen, as I was trying to say, James Webb retired from the Apollo missions, and so did another astronaut days later retired from the Apollo missions, okay? Now, my point is this. We know that the James Webb telescope is not up there, and the Hubble and the Kepler and the ISS, because space is a hostile environment. It's all a hoax anyway. You see, so all this noise they're making, we don't have these things in space. They're not there.
That's fine, Jen. That's fine. But can I ask you a question? And why do you think they choose the name James Webb to call this the greatest endeavor of mankind to look into our true origins as it's looked into the history? Can I just ask you, what do you think, out the top of your head, James Webb is credited with officially? That's my question to Jen.
Well, it's just because, well, of course, he was the head of NASA for the Apollo missions, okay? And it's a term of endearment and revere. They revere the man, obviously. Obvious.
You think they all knew that he was someone who was brave, like Serpico, and stood up against the hoax, and they all know it's hoaxes, and they honoured him in terms of. I'm asking Jin this question briefly. And they honoured him then in knowing that there's all hoax, and they said the James Webb hoax telescope.
No, that's not my position. But Peter, you heard what I said. I said it's a term of endearment, and they revere James Webb. That's why. Much like was Elon Musk using Tesla's name on the car. Okay, come on.
Okay,
man.
but Jin, we know that that James Webb telescope is not in fucking space, as GemPanda would choose to agree.
That's
so let's
right.
get into conspiracy now. Are they mocking James Webb then?
Well, no, they're perpetuating a hoax. Okay, and they're using James Webb as you know, he was the head of NASA at the time. And
You two are perpetuating a hoax.
Well, consider this though, Jem, and consider
You're
my
perpetuating
answer,
a hoax.
Consider my answer now, Jim and Jem.
You are. You're lying. You're lying. Pete just said we know the James Webb telescope isn't in space. And you agreed with it.
Correct.
That's a lie.
Correct.
You don't know that. We can see it.
Definitely not up there, ladies.
We can see. You see that?
My point about.
But when you say,
you're lying to the
hang on. Right, now I'm going to respond. Don't interrupt me. Then I won't mute you. When you say it's definitely not up there, that's a lie. You've never even looked. You have no idea whatsoever. And when you confidently proclaim, no, not up there, definitely not up there, you're lying. That you're just flat out lying. You do not have the knowledge. You do not have the knowledge to make that statement. And neither do you, Pete Shea. You're lying as well. Yeah. You're a pair of liars, lying. Just lying.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to lead Jin into a conundrum now, Jem. So, Jim,
you can say you don't think it's there. You can say you don't think it's there, but you can't say it's not there.
We know it's not there.
No, you don't. That's a lie. Stop lying. Stop lying, you liar.
We know it's not there.
How do you? Okay, tell me how you know it's not there.
Yeah, I will tell you how I know it's not up there when Pete has finished with his question that he was about to ask.
Thank you, Jem. Can you go on mute for a few moments, please?
Right. Okay, you two sit here lying to each other, telling each other the absolute flat-out lies that anybody can just go and check and know is a lie. Keep saying the lies. You know it's not there, you fucking sad liars. Go ahead.
Okay. The problem, Jin, I have with you then, in terms of the Tesla analogy and the James Webb, is we know that James Webb is a fake, but we know that Tesla is true technology. So he was someone wronged by history, and now he's brought to the forefront in terms of reality. But James Webb, you claim, was wronged by history, but now is brought to the forefront in terms of a lie as well. That was my conundrum for Jin, Jem. You little cunt, GemPanda.
Are you putting this to me or GemPanda?
You, Jin, because why would James Webb be put on a pedestal like Tesla when Tesla technology is real, but James Webb is a hoax, right?
Pete, yeah, look, Pete, do me a favor. Stop browning off GemPanda. Go clean up whilst I explain, because you got a lot of shit all over your fucking face.
Go clean up.
Okay? Now I'm going to explain.
Man, I had a shit shower and shave. I cleaned up the room here. Go clean up your kitchen.
You're still talking when I'm trying to answer. Go clean the shit off your face, because you've been browning fucking GemPanda there.
I'm a white fella. Go clean the shit off your face. You're a fake white fella.
Go and clean up. Go and clean up, Pete, because you're just browning.
I don't know why you're so anti-me, guys. I just asked you a question. Are you going to have difficulty answering the question, Jin?
You fucking know, Jin, that you're not able to talk. Then when you are able to talk, you fill the time by calling people names and saying just abusive, vile, toilety things.
I'm trying to speak.
No, you weren't.
I'm trying to speak, but I can't speak at the moment.
No, you weren't trying to speak. You were trying to say vile, stupid, pointless, toilety things. You weren't trying to speak. You had an opportunity to speak, and you wasted it all complaining that you couldn't speak.
Right, GemPanda, if anybody's being abusive, it's you in the first place. And then
True, I am.
Peter shoving his head up your ass. I'm just trying to get some answers out. I'm getting complete blocking and interruptions and muting. So now here we go.
Fuck you.
Right?
Fuck
Pete,
you.
shut up, Pete, and let me say what I've got to say. Here we go now, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why Elon
My head
Musk,
wouldn't fit up GemPanda's arse.
the reason why Elon Musk put his car Tesla, purely marketing, selling, and of course, you know, trying to use a famous scientist's name there. That would be Elon Musk, criminal that he is. And then the reason why they named the James Webb telescope after James Webb is a turn of endearment. They revered, NASA revered them.
Why are you saying it again?
But because Pete seems to be asking the question again, that's why.
Well, why? You just say I've already answered that. Why make us listen to all of this again? All of the stuff that you know, for a fact, word for word, you've just finished saying. It's ridiculous.
Repetition is key. That's the point.
Yeah, well, repetition is key to you getting muted. Remember that.
Repetition is key. Repetition is key. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to offer more in regards of the reason how we know that the telescopes aren't where they are. Okay? But of course, we're going to get 2 million times interruptions just from after one word. So are you ready to hear how we know?
Here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Jesus. I just wear thongs. Like, yeah. I like it though. Then you start to think, but are you wearing a thong on your foot?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.